All right. So Kaiwan, in the audience, we have our career buddies. Career Buddy is our voluntary mentoring program at Vadmani Foundation, wherein our alumni who have passed the program, they are young professionals or they are students pursuing higher education. They
Okay.
have committed their time to coach other students who are currently pursuing the program. And they do that by giving free voluntary one-on-one mentoring sessions on career readiness, interview prep, resume, basically job readiness per se. And in their own field, they are interested in self development. They're highly committed. They join us here every 2 weeks. We come together, and normally we have Swati, who has committed to train and coach. Our career buddy Swati is our internal faculty who coaches other trainers.
Okay.
Um, but then the point is that they're really committed towards their own development and that of others. So that's something which is highly commendable. And a bit of about Kaiwan. So Kaiwan is a globally renowned coach. He specializes in NLP. He's certified. He is a global business leader. He hails originally from Mumbai, however, has spent almost more than 2 decades in Canada. However, his willingness to one give back to people of the country and then enhance lives of others made him come back here. So he's here on an extended assignment here. And Taiwan is also into real estate. He is into business career coaching and primarily early stage startups. He's is there to guide as to how they can scale their businesses. Um, he also helps a lot of business founders in introspection, and that's what he will help today. The subject which he is his favorite is one specializing as to what's going on internally, because only when you're internally stable, you can pass that to others and to your life. You can to others around. So Kaiwan, without taking much time, I'll pass it over to you. It's a very short talk. However, you can go ahead and connect with him on LinkedIn and maybe have a follow up in case you require. I'm sure you would. So, Kaiwan, let's take it forward. And thank you for committing to provide value to our volunteers here.
Hey, great, Shang. Pleasure being here. Thank you for the introduction and thank you for the great introduction. Now, absolutely the best and the greatest and the most spectacular because each one of you indeed is. Now, a couple of things I require the videos on so that we can calibrate. I can calibrate, I can see who I'm interacting and engaging with. So if you all can switch your videos on, that is going to be great. How many people do we have here, Shrub?
We have total 17 participants here.
Okay. Okay, great. Now, the thing is, whatever we do in our life, there is something, that is what we call internal talk going on. Am I good enough? What have people stated about in the past about me? What have my peers said about me? What are my teachers or whatever, whomsoever has taught you, instructed you, facilitated you in school, college, or whatsoever. They have consistently made a couple of statements verbally, and basically that's an opinion. It's not a fact, right? So I use the color glass theory. So if you put green glasses on your eyes, the world is not green, though you perceive it as green. If you change the color purple or whatever it might be, your perception changes. So it's all about perception. Now, each one of you is inherently, infinitely extraordinary inside with it. You have infinite resources. You can achieve any outcome you choose to do or go towards if in only in or the only thing that you require to do is access the resources that are there within you. So we'll start with a small EFT technique. How many of you have heard of emotional freedom technique? How many of you have heard about emotional? You all can unmute and just say, I've heard of it.
लोग को साइकोलॉजी बड़ा पिक्चर है
Okay. So emotional freedom. Okay. So emotional freedom technique. Emotional freedom technique is actually created by somebody by the name of Gary Craig in the US. He's an engineer, and what he found is there is Chinese meridians. There are meridians that run in our body, and when you tap on those meridians, it changes your perception. Remember, it's not the situation, it's your perception about any situation that either creates a successful outcome or creates an outcome that is just exactly the opposite. If everybody can put yourself on mute so there's no background noise, please.
We're good.
Okay. So the thing is, what we'll do is, you see this part of your hand, you take all the fingertips and there is what we call a setup statement. The setup statement is, even though I have this, whatever the issue is, I deeply, completely accept and love myself. Even though, so we'll do this, we'll tap on the setup point, which is called the karate chop point. Okay. So follow this along with me. Even though I have this, whatever you state this, I deeply, completely accept and love myself. Even though I have this situation, I deeply, completely accept and love myself. Even though I have this situation, I completely, deeply accept and love myself. Now, the other hand, even though I have this situation, I deeply, completely accept and love myself. Even though I deeply, completely accept and love myself. Even though I have this situation, I deeply, completely accept and love myself. Now, you see the eyebrows just here where the nose and the eyebrows meet. There's the bridge of the nose which concludes here and there. So you tap here. I am whatever. I am. You can make a statement. I am. Then below the eyes. Now here on the sides, side of the eye, here. Use your fingertips, gently tap. There's not, you don't have to put, you can avoid putting much pressure. Then you, below the eyes, exactly below the eyes. On the cheek, below the eyes, on the cheek. Then here, I am. You can make the statement, you can fill in the blanks. I am feeling good. This stress, I am feeling good. Then here, below the nose, I am feeling stressed out, the stress. Then here, now the collarbone here. I am the stress. Then below the armpit here, just about 2 inches below the armpit, I am. And then here on top of the head, right on top of the head, on the crown. Now on top of the head. Can you see me? Can you see me tapping on top of the head? Now take a deep breath, and on a scale of 0 to 10, your whatever the issue is, where do you find it? Any relief? Any relief have you found? I need this to, this has got to be interactive, guys, please. If nobody says anything, then I don't know if people are following along or no. Yeah, so anybody, you can put it in the chat if you want.
Yes.
0 to 10, on a scale of 0 to 10, if before it was 8, where is it now? Hello?
It's on 5 now.
Good. So what happens is, this is called one round of tapping. So you start with the setup, then you do all these points, take a couple of deep breaths, and evaluate on a scale of 0 to 10. You should generally get it to 0, 1, or something of that sort. So what has happened is, the situation is the same. Your perception about the situation has changed. So when we are heading into a situation, for example, where you require to perform optimally, you can do this before you head into a situation. Now, what we'll do is, we'll do a second, very important thing is, you have to ask yourself is, what what is my internal self-talk? So if you're heading into say if you're doing a presentation, or if you are heading into a specific event, or you have to do a specific presentation to a large audience, right? What is your self-talk? What is going on inside your head? What is your self-talk? That is the most important thing. If your self-talk is encouraging, it is supportive, the outcome, you believe the outcome is certainly positive. Note, I won't use right or wrong. I'll just say, is either you get the outcome you want, or the outcome is different from the one that you want. And which is completely fine, because if the outcome is something different from the one you want, then whatever you want, you still are moving towards it. It's a sort of a stopgap. It's just a stopgap. So what we'll do is we'll do a quick a technique. Okay. So all of you all put your feet flat on the floor. If you want to remove your glasses, remove your glasses. Now, what you have to do is there's two options you have. One is you can put your tongue, and rest it on the floor, bottom of your mouth, inside your mouth. Option number two, if you choose to prefer to, you roll back the tongue and you touch it to the top part of your mouth. Breathe comfortably. Let your breath be relaxed. Back, if possible, straight. Shoulders pulled back. And your chin straight. Look straight. And now take your eyeballs, slightly select a spot on the wall and take it above eye level. Above eye level. Now, as you look at a spot, select a spot above you, in the front of you, right? At maybe a 45-degree angle, maybe a 60, whatever you're comfortable. Now, as you look at that spot, you make sure your tongue stays stationary there. Your breathing must be normal. Just let your breath relax, go in and go out. Become aware of your breath. And as you realize your eyes might be feeling heavier as you are looking at the spot. And if you so choose to and wish to, you can allow your eyes to close down. And as you allow your eyes to close down, you feel a deep, relaxing energy on the top of your head. It's a white golden light. And a white golden light is so relaxing. It really, really absolutely relaxes you as it touches the top of your head and flows through your head into your forehead, into your body, and generally relaxes every cell, every muscle of your body. And as you do so, you'll find yourself getting into a really blissful state. Now, whatever the state might be, blissful can mean different things for different people. And whatever you are feeling, so now just let those feelings envelope you, the energy envelope you, and just keep your eyeballs under your closed eyelids still upward. And just focus on your breath. And you let your body relax. And as your body relaxes, there is a voice in your head that says that you are feeling relaxed, and there is infinite potential right now within you, which you are able to access on a regular basis. And as you do so, you can imagine a screen about a few feet away in front of you. Imagine, remember, not visualize, just imagine. It can be of any color you so choose or wish to, whatever makes you comfortable. And on that screen, you can see a self, your own self, a third person watching you, observing you. And as you do so, the self there is infinitely intelligence. It's the infinite intelligence self within you. It's your guide, it's your mentor, it's your self that knows or has all the solutions and is of has ultimate infinite intelligence. And as you do so, you mentally can walk up to that image and merge in that image. And as you merge with that image, now you're looking out of your own eyes and you see a perfect situation. Even the adverse opportunities are absolutely perfect. And you see perfect outcomes. And suppose if there is an intermittent outcome, which is not so much to your desire, that's okay. You are moving in the direction. You are in the process of moving in the direction of the outcome that which you call or state is perfect for you in that point of time. Now, as you do so, you step out of that image, come back to your body slowly, and imagine, and as I count from 1 to 10, you'll slowly eventually come back to the state where you are right now. 1, coming out slowly, 2, feeling good, feeling rejuvenated, feeling re-energized, 3, 4, feeling more re-energized, 5, 6, feeling perfect, 7, feeling more and more perfect, 8, feeling more and more perfect, 9, feeling more and more perfect, 10, and gently, when you choose to and wish to, you can open your eyes. Now you can
Taiwan, we have 10 more minutes to go.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at the watch. Okay, so anything you want to discuss? Anything you want to share? Any of you all?
Yeah, it was actually, I want to speak. It was really a mesmerizing and mind blowing moment for me. Whatever I gone through right now, it's like a bliss. I feel that bliss. I was reconnected to the source. It was a special thing for me. Whatever you
Good,
did right now, thank
good. So the thing is, understand one thing. The key is you have each one of you is perfect. I repeat, perfect and spectacular. Each one of you is. The challenge is that as we grow up, when we are born, everybody's perfect. Over a period of time, you hear, no, you're not good for nothing. Oh, you're not going to do this. Most of it is negative, okay, which is unfortunate. So I always tell people, if you are unable to support or propel somebody forward, at least refrain from saying anything which is non-constructive. So the thing is, we have to implement self-talk to ourselves. So what do I mean by self-talk? So, the best times to implement self-talk is in the morning, just when you wake up, right after you wake up. And at night, just prior to you, when you're down, when you lie down in bed, those 5 to 10 minutes before you close your eyes and you drift into sleep, those times are very crucial. Because what happens is your conscious mind is shutting down. Now, when your conscious mind shuts down, I call it your U mind, which is unique mind, wherein the patterns are running, the real patterns. So what you have to do is at that time, you can make some statements. I am, always start with I am spectacular. I am perfect. I am unique. I am charismatic. I am astounding. Those statements over a period of time. Remember one thing, consistency and repetition, both are important. Consistency is you have to do this repetitively. Again, remember, late night, just before you close your eyes to sleep. Morning, right after you wake up, before you get out of bed, these are the things you have to state yourself. Now, you make a choice. What identity do you want to create for yourself? Everybody has an identity. Identity is what? The way they define themselves. I am superb. I am talented. I am highly skilled. Or some people can say, I am dishonest or whatever, So the way you define yourself, that becomes your identity. You will always act in alignment the way you identify yourselves. So people who, for example, are negative, they have negative personalities, right? Either dishonest or whatever. They have created that identity out of choice over a period of time. And this is how they identify themselves. So the key here is, if you want successful outcomes, you have to become that specific person. You become success. You become skillful, and so on and so forth. Does that make sense? Any questions anybody has? Any questions? We have 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes. So we're going to wind up in 5 or 6 minutes. So this was a quick session. So these are the very important things. You can also do the, I call it the tongue drop technique. That comes from, by the way, from the genius of Dr. John Grinder, who's one of the co-founders of neuro-linguistic programming and the founder of NewCode neuro-linguistic programming. So he's the creator of that. So he's a genius, Dr. John Grinder. And this tongue drop technique actually is his creation. And from ancient meditation, the other one comes from ancient meditation. It's a technique. So you can apply that. The second thing is apply the self-talk technique. And third is, sometimes when you are in a lower state or an unresourceful state, start looking up. Look up. Because remember, if you look up for a certain amount of time, your state is going to move towards a resourceful and positive state. So I'll give you an example. Dr. John Grinder went to Japan. Now, in Japan, there are a lot of tsunamis. So people have gone through a lot of trauma, right? So he told one woman, he taught them certain techniques. And he told a person, he says, when you come to see me, I want you to count the chimneys. How many chimneys are there on the way? Now, looking at the chimneys, the person had to look at the top, towards the sky. Now, what happens is, our body, our physiology affects our state. So let me give you an example. If you look down, your shoulders are hunched. You will eventually get into a non-resourceful state. If you look up, put your shoulders back and breathe from your diaphragm, meaning your stomach. Breathe in. When you let your stomach expand, and then when you breathe out through your mouth. You'll find that it changes your state within a couple of minutes. Okay, guys. Gentlemen, we have 4 minutes. Any questions? If you have, I can take care of those questions. It seems that everybody has got perfect outcomes here, because nobody has any questions.
Not a question, Kaivan, but yes, it was really, really nice. Last 30 minutes, like really blissful.
Good. So you'll have to thank Shrang Gupta, because he's the person who facilitates all of this. So,
Yes.
kudos
we are
to,
very thankful to him. It
yeah,
does
kudos
help
to,
us with imposter syndrome.
yeah.
We
So
often get
yeah. So, we can do these sessions. So what we can do is we can do some techniques sometimes from NLP. And I can also teach you all some articulation exercises, which I do now, because articulation is very important. And what I mean by articulation is when you have to really open your mouth. A lot of people fail to open their mouth. Opening their mouth, over exaggerate. Well, I never gave attention in school. Now I'm an old man. Now I give a lot of attention to all these things.
Right. So Kaivan, there's already a request of more such sessions to happen. So already I'll request your time in advance, and then we can probably, if your schedule allows, we can do this again.
Yeah. So
now
the exams are going on, so we can wait for the exams to conclude and then.
Absolutely. So there's a question from Arya Shikha, who is a trainer who trains other faculties. And Arya has a question that we sometimes have negative talk, And how does it always affect us negatively, or it can help in certain situations?
Okay, so negative talk depends on what the perception or what's the frame of context. It's always, see, everything we do in life, it's what the frame of context is. What is the frame of context? Meaning, what is the situation? Based on that, generally, positive self-talk helps. Now, where does negative self-talk help is when you are letting go of something that is unnecessary. So, unnecessary baggage. Because remember, see, the past is only a frame of context. Now, if you start looking at the past and driving, then you're looking at the rear view mirror. You'll crash. So you always have to look at the future. You use the past only as a frame of context. What have I learned from it? What should I avoid? And what should I focus on? Because the key is that our brain is designed, and the outside world will only put a lot of negative things. So if you look at the news, correct? Negative. Nobody is going to focus on the positive, because remember, negative makes things sensational. So you have to, I go to a lot of places, right? And people ask me, who cooks your food? So I tell them, how does it matter who cooks my food? If I'm not able to cook my food, would you be able to provide food for me? So I said, that's irrelevant. There's no outcome. So focus only on what you want. What is the outcome? And negative talk, if it arises, acknowledge it, because everything has its functionality. And then say, thank you. I acknowledge. And this is what I'm focusing on. Because remember, Tony Robbins says, wherever energy goes, focus goes, energy flows. So your focus must be on what you are wanting to create. That's as simple as that. Now, it's not simple. So that is where the self-talk habit comes in. So every morning I have a ritual. I do certain things that I tell myself. I'm more than enough. I'm larger than life. I am supreme. I'm superior. I am spectacular. Now, this has to be done repetitively, because everybody else is going to give you negative feedback, even if it's not true, even if it's false. If you get what I'm saying.
Awesome. So there are a couple of questions, Kavan, but we'll have to drop them because of shortage of time. But then I'll request Niharika and Abhi to connect with Kaiwan on LinkedIn and maybe take this conversation forward. We will provide the recording to all our career buddies, and Kaiwan will reconnect. Thanks a lot for always being that instrument of change and inspiring everyone. So we need more people like you in the world.
Perfect.
Definitely.
Each one a perfect and spectacular. Each one of you indeed is.
Thank you so
Make it a
much.
great and a
Thank you so
pleasant.
much.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you so much.
Uh,
Thank you.
Thank
It was
you.
wonderful.
Thanks a lot.
It was
Thanks a lot.
wonderful. Thank you so much for wonderful.
See you all. Bye bye.
Bye bye.